Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Monday, July 10. The Senate on Friday passed a critical piece of legislation that will strengthen government's crime-fighting strategies. The Law Reform Zones of Special Operations, Special Security and Community Development Measures Bill 2017 was approved with 13 amendments. In piloting the bill, State Minister for National Security Senator Arnold Charles Jr. noted that the legislation is part of government's undertaking to safeguard Jamaica.
This bill seeks to balance the need for security and the need for giving the members of the JCF and the JDF certain essential powers that are required to address the serious crimes on the one hand and upholding the rule of law and protecting fundamental rights and freedoms of citizens on the other hand.
Minister Charles noted that the bill equips the security forces to combat rampant and gruesome crime and violence, particularly murders, which have become the norm in too many communities.
These profoundly serious problems have threatened the existence of the rule of law in certain geographical locales in Jamaica. They have deterred investment, destroyed capital formation, discouraged business development, and lowered the perception of Jamaica in the international arena.
Senator Charles emphasized the need for stakeholder collaboration, unity among government and opposition, and the support from all Jamaicans to achieve the desired outcomes of curbing crime. And leader of opposition business, Senator Mark Golding, in describing the bill as an extraordinary piece of legislation, gave the assurance that the opposition is committed to doing everything possible to assist the security forces to maintain the rule of law.
We will not oppose this legislation. We want to see Jamaica move forward to a better place in the same way that all well-thinking Jamaicans feel.
Meanwhile, Government Senator Don Webby says leaders of several private sector organizations have indicated their support for the Zones of Special Operations Bill. These, he said, include the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, the Jamaica Manufacturers Association, and the Jamaica Exporters Association.
I'm happy to say that all of them unanimously support this bill.
Senator Webby, while making his contribution to the debate on the bill, emphasized that in order for Jamaica to succeed in the fight against crime, all hands have to be on deck as the government cannot fix the problem alone.
We have to face the problem with a crisis management response, which means going above and beyond the efforts we have already made. Mr. President, I stand as a leader of the private sector to provide support for any further social intervention programs that will be implemented.
The government signed a memorandum of understanding with Biojam Industrial Research and Development Global Incorporated on Thursday to undertake a feasibility study for the creation of a science and technology park in Jamaica. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Dr. Andrew Wheatley says the study will determine Jamaica's readiness for the park, which will facilitate research and development into new products for the local and export markets. The MOU, the minister says, will establish a partnership in innovation that will support the government's thrust to fuel growth and job creation.
The signing of this MOU signals the government's commitment to take deliberate and strategic steps to fast-track Jamaica's ability to make policy decisions based on scientific research. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, is to ensure prosperity and sustained economic growth for all our people.
The minister says establishing the Science and Technology Park will encourage more of the country's scientists and researchers to stay in Jamaica. The Management Institute for National Development, MIND, will be hosting its Regional Public Sector Leadership Development Conference on July 19 and 20. Participants will include approximately 250 public sector executives, senior public officers, and senior leaders from the private sector and civil society. Speaking at a JIS think tank recently, Acting Manager for Customized Programs Delivery and Administration, Latoya Swaby Anderson, said the conference will cover several critical areas.
It's expected to really challenge the mindsets of our public sector leaders as it relates to making sure that they're in a space or they understand the space in which they're now operating currently, and how the space is changing and the environment is changing as well as we move forward as a country in our thrust for national development.
The conference will also include workshops on the benefits of being an adaptive leader, how to seek out talent within organizations, and how to get multi-generations to work effectively together. The two-day event will be held under the theme, Adaptive Public Sector Leadership, Changing Mindsets, challenging assumptions, creating transformation at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. Persons interested in attending may visit mind.edu.jm for more information. And finally, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, STATIN, is preparing a national strategy for the development of statistics, NSDS, for Jamaica. This will provide a more coordinated approach in producing and disseminating data. Speaking at a GIS think tank on Friday, Director General of STATIN, Carol Coy, said the NSDS will facilitate greater harmonization among agencies that produce statistics.
What we hope that it will do, STATIN will provide this coordination, and what we will have is a coordinated system where there is standardization among agencies. We reduce duplication.
According to Ms. Coy, the new strategy will also enable the National Statistical System to better respond to the increased demand for information. The Director General said a workshop is to be held on July 18 to 20. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.